Hey, what's up guys, DarkWarrior005 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Guild Wars Prophecies. In the last episode, we finished all of the quests that I care to do in pre-searing, and in this episode we're going to speak with Sir Titus and head over to the actual part of the game, the real world as it's called, because for those of you who don't know, this area is actually in the past. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. But I have to explain something real quick. As some of you may notice, I'm at level 6 now. I went and grinded on a few enemies, the Ice Elementals and Wizard's Folly, until I was level 6, because I felt we were a little underprepared. Now I think we should be good. And the other thing I want to do before we go, I took off all my attribute points, and we're going to reassign them. And I'm going to show you what I put them in, so that if you're following along, that you can do the same. So, you can see down here the skill types we have right now. We have 2 marksmanship, an expertise, 2 domination magics, an inspiration magic, and a beast mastery. I'm going to put most of them into marksmanship and expertise, and I think the rest into inspiration magic because that's our healing at the moment. So, we'll do 2 there, 2 there, and then alternate between them. With 1 more, I think. Which one do I want higher? Expertise lowers the energy cost and recharge rate, and marksmanship increases damage. And expertise raises this, but I'm probably going to be getting rid of point blank shots soon. Let's go marksmanship, because that raises our critical hit chance as well. So, those are my current attribute points. Once we level up, we'll get more. Let's speak with Sir Titus and get started. I'm pretty sure I've already read this part, so I'm ready to leave everything behind. Here we go. Mission starts in 37 seconds. What do you know? So we're just going to be standing here for a sec. What to talk about? Goodness. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, there's not really much to say. I can't wait to get started on this second part because this is where we get skill trainers who can teach you new skills basically, so you don't have to do them all from quests. You can purchase them with skill points, which you can see right here. You get 1 per level up, and also certain quests will give you a skill point as well. You'll end up with plenty of skill points, no worries about that. The real hard part is that every time you purchase a skill from the skill trainer, the price of buying one goes up, money-wise, so that's never good. Alright, listen to the briefing given by Sir Titus and Prince Rurik. I'm going to try and read this, but I believe it goes by pretty quickly. Alright, so here they are. Him with his majestic flaming sword, which I really want. Alright, let's see if I can do this. I'm sorry I could not join you before the skirmish. I was delayed by official business. He was delayed by me. I wanted to watch us I wanted us to watch the battle together. Sir Titus did not exaggerate when he spoke of you. You've shown great promise today. You done yet? I'm pretty sure they still have more to say. There you go. I have been keeping the prince informed of your deeds after seeing your courage for myself. I believed he is convinced. I am. I have come to induct you into the Ascalon's vanguard. We are the elite protectors who guard our nation when threatened from within or without. As part of the vanguard, you are needed for a critical mission before we can begin our offensive against the Char. Our sentries spotted Vatlaw Doomtooth and his war band in the old bunker out behind the citadel. He must have found a passage that led here from the catacombs. Whatever his purpose, it can be no good. As soon as you're ready, the prince himself will accompany you to cast the Char friend out of our land. Or this Char fiend. Why would a Char be a friend? God. Ugh. I'm stupid at reading, apparently. I like how he thinks that I'm like just dying to fight alongside this prince. It's like, oh, Prince Rurik himself is going to be accompanying you. Yeah, I don't care. I really don't. I mean, I could just let him do all the work pretty much, because his flaming sword pretty much destroys anything you can get at this point. Alright. That aside, we're heading into the cave so that we can get rid of this stuff. All the Grawl are going to be aggressive at this point. So that's good to note. Alright. That's 2 down. Oh, there's a shaman. Now, as a general rule, you take out the healing classes first for the enemies, and you'll learn which ones are the healing classes for different races that you're going to be fighting against, such as Grawl. There are actually a few other races as well of enemies. So you're going to have to distinguish which of those enemies is the healer, and they usually have different names, like the Grawl healer is obviously called a Grawl shaman. Alright, let's head up this way. So this is where we're gonna get to fight the, this is the wrong way. This is where we're gonna get to fight that, green Orid monster that we saw before, and that basically just signifies that they're a boss monster, if you had forgotten. And I'll show you the benefits of defeating boss monsters later, because you do get a few bonuses when you kill a boss monster as opposed to regular monsters. So this is where I wish I had area of effect damage. The Elementalist gets a lot of these with their fire skills, but Rangers not so much. Maybe a few. I think there's a few skills where you can kind of rain down arrows or use traps to hit multiple people. Might as well pick up this gold. When you pick up gold and you have parties, which I hadn't explained yet, you can see here we have a party. These are henchmen. From now on, when we're in a city, we'll be able to add henchmen to our roster up to a certain number, depending on what town we're in. And they will aid us, but the downside, obviously, is that when you pick up gold, you're going to have to split it between your party members. So if you go solo, you get to keep all the gold for yourself, but if you have 3 henchmen with you, you're getting a fourth of what you would have. You can also have allies, which are people who aren't necessarily in your party, but they're following you. Sometimes you have to protect them, or sometimes they're just fighting along you. So you can see favorable wind spirit is cast, so that does benefit rangers, because this boss actually is a ranger. Alright, so let's target the Grawl shaman first, set up read the wind. Now his spirit is actually going to benefit me as well, because it doesn't just benefit enemies. If you cast a spirit skill like that, it's going to benefit everyone in the area, so it's good. The color of the aura on the boss is going to show you what class they are. Green is ranger, blue is monk, orange is warrior. Let's see, there's also another shade of green that is for necromancer, and all that good stuff. Mesmer is purple, obviously. Alright, let's, I'm gonna be quiet while you watch this.
It was on that day that the Char discovered a way around the Great Wall, a way to bring it down.
He's cooking us something up.
This is where the true story begins.
Looks like we might have a bit of a loading time here. I'm going to cut this part out. I'll see you guys when we get to Old Ascalon. We're back. 2 years later. So you can see now why I said that that was the past. 2 years have gone by now. Everything is destroyed. This is now Old Ascalon. It's pretty sad, actually, if you really consider the story. We met all those people, and they had to change their lives, basically, because the Grawl found a way around the wall. I apologize if you can hear my dog barking outside. My goodness, he is loud. Alright, hold on for one more second. Alrighty, I'm back again. Sorry about that. My dog was just being really annoying. I closed my window. Hopefully that'll dull the noise a little bit, but you'll have to excuse me if he keeps on barking out there. There's not really much I can do to stop him. Alright, so first off, I wanted to explain what happens when you beat a boss. You can see up here, in the area that normally long-term skills show up, we now have a 2% morale boost. Our health and energy are now boosted by 2%. So that is going to increase both our health and, and our mana. We are going to get an extra 2% every time we kill a boss, which is anyone with that aura surrounding them of any color. Now, the opposite is true if you die. Every time you die and respawn, you're going to get a minus 15% morale. And I don't believe that happens in the other area, but now it is going to be true. So dying does have a penalty. Even though you get to respawn indefinitely, it becomes much, much harder to survive when your health and mana are cut by 60%, because I believe that's the total. Alright, so now you're going to speak to Captain Osric and see what the heck is going on here. Welcome back, Dark Aura. Looks like your patrol went well. You're still in one piece at any rate. Listen, Prince Rourke sent me to ask you a favor. You've been in the field, so you probably haven't heard about this, but an ambassador's arrived from our old enemy, Kryta. They can help us fight the Char, but the king won't even talk to him. The prince hasn't been able to make any headway with his father, but he knows that the king trusts Titus, and Titus trusts you. Would you perhaps talk to War Master Titus about this matter? He's in his usual place in Ascalon City. Alright, so Prince Rurik is still a prince, obviously. His father still exists 2 years later, but Sir Titus is now War Master Titus, so he's been promoted. Other than that, look at this carnage. This is where the old city used to stand. If you look around in this area, which I think is something cool, they have, like, the map is pretty much the same. It's all barren now, but if you really pay attention to it, you can find old landmarks from the pre-searing. So here's all the buildings from the previous area. I believe that over there where Captain Osric is where we initially started our adventure. And over here is where Sir Titus, that's his name, was standing. So that's all well and good. Alright, we're gonna head down there so that we can enter a new area, which is Ascalon City, future times area now, and it's mostly just like a tent city, so not like a proper city, but you get the gist. This one looks like it's going to be a pretty quick loading, so I might not cut it out. There's only 165 files to load. I apologize for this. This is on a new PC, and every time you play the game on a new PC, you have to load every package for all the towns that you go in. But just know that it's a one-time thing, so if you are playing the game, don't think that this is like the loading you have to go through every time you switch screens, because it does load faster the second time and all the times after, so that's good. Gosh, I feel like we haven't got much done in this video yet, so hopefully we'll be able to make some headway. But the first thing I want to do is go check out the skill trainer. We'll just accept these. Alright, so let's, I think I'll give a quick tour around the new city. So as you come in here, you have some new people, or some new NPCs. You have a material trader and a rare material trader. These guys will, as their name suggests, trade materials to you, which can be used in crafting. A merchant, which will sell your general goods. A dye trader will sell, obviously, colored dyes to color your clothes. I'll be going for blue later, but you can see some of this dye is actually really expensive. Vial of black dye is currently worth 12 platinum, and 1 platinum is worth 1,000 gold, so it's actually worth quite a bit of money. And if you get a black dye drop, which I believe you can get from pretty much any enemy in the game, you just got lucky, so congratulations, you have a ton of money to spend. A collector, which we did see in the other area, but I don't think I ever explained. Collect, basically, different NPC items that drop from them, like the scale fin that I have. Collectors might collect those, or this Grawl necklace. And if you give them enough, they will trade you for a piece of armor. So that can be good. Or sometimes other items as well, weapons and the like. Over here, we have Sir Bertrand, which obviously he is a skill trainer, which is going to be immensely helpful. If you look up on my mini map here, Prince Rurik is, or not Prince Rurik, but Sir Titus is up here, or War Master Titus as he's called now. I believe there's a banking system over here, which we will show because, as you may have noticed in the other area, there aren't any banks. So a lot of things are going to be different here in this new Ascalon. First of all, let's check out these skills because I really, really need some new ones. Alright, so this is going to give you a list of some basic skills. All skill trainers have different skills that they can give you. A general note, you probably want the Resurrection Signet. That's just kind of a must-have skill. Pretty much everybody has it, so by that you can see now it costs 1 skill point and 60 gold as opposed to 50, so it is going to go up in price every time you buy a skill. Now, let's see what we have for marksmanship. We have Pin Down, but that takes a lot of mana. It does inflict crippled condition for 7 seconds, which is going to slow your enemy down. And we have Hunter's Shot, which inflicts bleeding condition for 10 seconds, and it doesn't cost a lot of mana. So I think we'll take that. Unfortunately, now we're out of money, so for now that's all we can buy. Let's equip that. Hunter's Shot. We'll move this here, we'll move this here, switch those, and we should be good. Now let's put the Resurrection Signet on though, in lieu of Shattered Illusions. That's going to go there. So the way I normally set up my skill bar, for those of you who may be wondering, preparation attacks go first, so Read the Wind obviously is a preparation. Your attack shots go here, usually in order of how you want to use them, so you can just click through your line. Then we have secondary profession skills, unless they are attacks, in which case they might be mixed in here if they need a specific order. Heals, obviously at the end here, and then resurrection skills all the way at the very last spot. Now this resurrects your target party member with 100% health and 25% energy, which is pretty good, but it only recharges when you gain a morale boost, so unless you beat a boss, you're not going to be able to use it again. Which is nice because it prevents you from being overpowered. Let's go demonstrate the bank system. I think I might have just enough. Oh, here's something I forgot to mention. Here we have a rune trader. Now, runes can be attached to your armor to give them basically the little blue description text boxes that you get from identified weapons. Like you can see here I have armor plus 30 in blue, but a rune can add on to different effects like that. So you can get ones that give you more energy, which might be good for ranger because we don't have a lot, or various other things. Here we have on armor salesman. So you can see here, he sells all these different kinds of armor for my character. Right now, we currently have armor 10. These are armor 25, all of these. I believe there's a town later on, though, that has much higher, what's the word I'm looking for? Higher leveled armor for a little bit more expensive, so we'll wait for that probably. In this square here is the crafting material needed to make it. And in here is the gold it will cost to actually create the armor. Now, the main cost of most of these items actually comes from the crafting materials, which once you get far in the game and you're trying to make like really advanced armor, cost a lot of money. It's pretty absurd. Here's another armor salesman. He just gives you a different style of clothing, so there are 3 or 4 styles per game usually. Not very customizable, but it gets the job done. Here, you can customize your weapons at a weapons shop, and by customizing a weapon for a price, you can increase your damage by 20%, but you won't be able to basically pass it on between characters. So you can't put it in your bank and give it to another one of your characters because it's customized for this character now. So that's the drawback. You can also sell your items here, and I don't believe you can buy weapons from him right now. Up here, we have War Master Titus, and we'll go talk to him to start our next quest. We still got 5 minutes left, so Should be good. Oh, here are mostly the fun part of Guild Wars, the Guild Registrar and the Guild Emblemer. Real quick, the Guild Register basically lets you create your own guild for, I think it's about 100 coins. I think it's, yeah, probably about 100. And once you have your guild, you can create a cape at the Guild Emblemer, which costs 2 platinum, so it's 2,000 gold, which is actually pretty steep for a cape. You can see I have one right now for my community that I had started, Perfect Chaos. So yeah, it can be fun. You can invite people to your guild for 100 coins each, and you guys can like do PvP and guild versus guild. It's all pretty fun. Apparently he has an eye patch now, so I guess he lost his eye. Don't talk to me about the Crichton Ambassador. I've been getting an earful from both sides. Do you know why King Adelburn trusts me, Dark Aura? Because I know where my loyalties lie. King and country, Balthazar preserved them both. Perhaps joining the Prince's vanguard has confused you, but Rurik is not the ruler of this kingdom. Now listen to me. The king's already given this matter much consideration, and the likes of you and I best abide by his wisdom. And for that pretty simple quest, we get 500 gold. I have an important task for you. Please deliver this royal message to Ambassador Zane of Krita. His camp can be found just outside the city. Go out the western gate to Old Ascalon and head west to find the encampment. I don't trust these Crichtons. I want you to take someone with you in case there's trouble. I'm sure Alicia will be willing to go with you, and she can heal you if need be. Alright, so he's referring to henchmen there. So, basically, he has this guest from Krita, Ambassador Zane, but he doesn't even, like, offer him a tent in the city. He's making them sleep in a caravan outside the walls where it's not even safe. It's a very good hospitality there. Alright, so let's head out. Our quest now is to just deliver that message to him. All the water is like poisoned and bubbling now and diseased. I believe actually in some areas when you walk in the water you do get diseased. And that causes you to lose health over time. You saw that in the monk quest. It's kind of like that. Alright, so let's go, well, it seems we already have them in our party, but basically you can find the henchmen usually standing by the gate to leave a city, and you're just going to click on them, and then over here, we'll kick Orion. Oh, this is Orion, I never realized that. That smug little guy who ran away from home because he was crying like a baby, I don't even know. So the way you add henchmen, you're going to click on the one you want and just click the plus symbol. Usually you have to pick 3 of the 4. Right now we have the healer, the warrior, and the mage henchman. The other one is an archer, but since I'm already covering that profession, it's a pretty easy choice to just take these 3. So now that we have a party, things are going to be a little easier. These guys are going to be a big help. And I don't advise you trying to play the game alone, especially as a first-time player. The game was meant to be played with other people. The henchmen are basically just there if you have no friends, or if you're like me and you're just trying to record, so you don't really need people in here, because that's just awkward, you know. Here's this caravan. Just out here in the open where it's prone to invasion by all the enemies, because this guy obviously doesn't care. Ooh, I got 16. Ooh, they killed somebody apparently. This is where we're going to start getting a lot of quests. I will admit I was nervous. This is like a really awesome costume now. Like, where can I get one of those? That's pretty cool. I'm not going to read their dialogue because it's going by really fast. A message from the Royal Seal. Let's see. Honored Ambassador, etc., etc. Your request for permission to enter the city and address the people of Ascalon is empathetically denied. This being the 4th such denial, His Majesty bids you to reconsider this ill-conceived journey and contemplate a return to Krita. King Adelbert and I learned very different lessons from the wars of past. Isolation is not the answer. Only in peace and mutual friendship shall we find our salvation. I still have hope that in time he will realize the truth of this. Oh my goodness. So basically he wants to doom his city. Krita wants to help, but because our Little people are too stubborn, and the king is just not willing to see that he needs the help. He's not going to accept it. Alright. I do not understand the hostility that my presence generates from your king. I seek only to help the people of Ascalon. You could help me in this cause. I have a shipment of supplies that I was going to deliver to an Ascalon woman called Ellie Rigby. I wonder if that's like a reference to like Eleanor Rigby, the Beatles song. Maybe. She runs an orphanage for those who have lost their parents in these evil times. King Adalburn, however, will not allow me into the city to deliver these supplies. Would you help the children of Ascalon for me and deliver the supplies? So King Adalburn is denying these children supplies. Gosh, he doesn't seem like a very good king to me. Oh, wow, this is a lot of text. Alright, here goes. Alas, despite the current peace between Crichton and Ascalon, your King Adalburn still chooses to view all Crichtons with distrust. He respects the old laws too much to do anything untoward. But I must take care not to give him an excuse to expel me from the kingdom. Therein lies my trouble. Unable to enter the city, my men have been forced to travel south to Regent Valley to resupply and have been victimized repeatedly by a bandit named Torin. We would hunt down Torin ourselves, but shedding the blood of an Ascalon, even a criminal like Torin, might be a mistake. Will you attend to this bandit threat for me? Yeah, that's just an excuse so he doesn't have to do anything. Let's take his quest as well. Unseen ones protect you. This land has seen much tragedy. Even in this place I feel the spirits of the dead, filled with confusion and anger. I can consecrate this ground so that the dead may have some peace, but I will need very special items for the ceremony. I believe there's a craftsman here in Old Ascalon called Artisan David, or David. Probably David, just a weird spelling of that, I guess. Who is capable of fashioning exactly what I need. Would you take this list to him and bring back the supplies he gives you? Alright, so we're just going to be taking like every quest now because we really need the experience. You level up a little slower in this campaign than others, but we're at 27 minutes now, so that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave the video a like if you enjoyed the video, or if you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing because there's going to be a lot more to come on this channel. If you're not necessarily into the Guild Wars series, there will be other stuff too, so hopefully you guys will stick with me. Thanks for those who already have. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I'm considering doing some kind of special video. I'm not sure yet. It seems like such a small number, but it also seems like something I never would have even dreamed of reaching, which seems so insignificant to all the huge YouTubers who have inspired me with their 100,000 subscribers and their 500,000 subscribers. But to me, 100 is just like the best thing I could have ever asked for. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next episode where we will go and kill Torin for this guy, deliver some supplies to an orphanage, and collect some supplies so this guy can consecrate the dead. See you then.